Thanks for coming back, learning more about being a medical mom, how to be of service to a medical mom, and how to enrich the relationships you have with your patient partners, the medical mom and her child. If you're a professional, you know that the child is your primary client. However, you are also having to work with this partner that is the parent, and that is us, medical moms. There are very few support services to assist us in our own development, to show up and be patient partners, or even just to travel the road of becoming a mom, meeting a vast number of emotional hurdles, grief being one of them. Grief is huge from the moment that you give your prescription of saying your child has a life-limiting illness. Take them home and and just love them. That is that's been heartbreaking. That's so many families speak about that and the struggle that they have. So it's really important that we begin to look at the medical mom as part of the team completely, included in bedside, included at rounds, included in discharge planning, conferencing, included in decision making in community, how care will move forward with community care agencies about policies that work for their families, about education, about pediatric care, with community partners, with our primary medical modeled tertiary hospital. Like, we can't just exist in these separated places. I've got one silo, which is the hospital, and another silo, which is my school and community, and there's very few things that bridge between the two of them. So that was a bit of an extra rant, but today's topic is actually about asking for help. And I'd like the professionals watching today to consider, where would you ask for help as in your environment and community, and how the structure of your medical system works. How can you ask for help on behalf of the family, on behalf of your client, and how can you start to advocate for more wraparound service so that your client is receiving optimal help from a variety of services and possibly coordinating that. So back to the medical mom asking for help. It's hard. Just being a neurotypical mom asking for help, there's something about being prideful, or being, some ideal that you're supposed to be able to do it all on your own. That's just, it's impossible. There's so much that comes with a child who has a life-limiting illness, who requires multiple therapies and multiple medication monitoring and saturation taking and supply ordering. It's a huge number of tasks above and beyond loving, nurturing, encouraging, teaching, providing hope for development of your child, socializing. These are all sort of the neurotypical activities of being a mom, but yours is distracted by all those other tasks. So let's practice asking for help. If you are a new mom, or you have just received a diagnosis, start asking for help. And I get it, when it comes to monitoring heart rates and oxygen levels and complicated tracheostomy stuff, that might not be where you want people to be helping you. I mean, it takes time and trust and training to get people on board at that level. But I'm telling you, people can cook and clean and fold laundry and run errands and pick up stuff from the pharmacy and they can do those other coordinated things. And so here's the thing about asking for help. This is long term, and asking one person, two people, it's great, but the frank conversation with them is, hey, this is for life, that we're doing this. So if and when you get tired, give us a heads up so we can transition to somebody else. Or they might be with you for your entire life with your child, which is an amazing experience when that happens. It doesn't always happen, but the possibility is there. And for some families, it's amazing to see how their family extends and grows with the care, whether it's paid for or it's community-based and friendships. But it can't happen unless you ask. And whatever is blocking you from that pride or the worry or the fear, ask. Ask for the simple things. Ask somebody to hold a bag for you while you put the wheelchair in the back of the car. Like, there's just so many opportunities to have a connection with somebody. And ultimately that's super important, because that builds community for you and your child. That builds socialization for you and your child. It's all those other things I talked about, being a parent, a neurotypical parent, and nurturing and loving your child and raising them without all the tasks. That allows you time to be present with your kids. Yeah. So I would like you to consider that. And so here's today's question. Who supplies, I'm going to pick it up so I can actually read it. Who supports, nurtures, and trains you on the skills you need of being an advocate, but more so about being a mom? Whether you're uncertain about where you are in your medical journey or other, who's your support people? And then, that's for your own community, but beyond that, who looks like you? Who looks like you in the world with a child like that? I mean, I used to run across the mall because somebody had a really cool looking wheelchair that I was looking at for my kid. It said, hi, we're kind of the same. All of these things. Human connection is important, and human connection between service providers and the primary caregiver, huge to the survival of caregivers who are taking on an awful lot without resource. So for both the medical parent and the primary caregivers and primary service providers, give this some thought. The video from the other day was Hole in a Sidewalk. I've been challenged to start editing my videos, so this next video you should see some editing, and there will be a link that says to the Hole in the Sidewalk video. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great day, and if you've got ideas for other topics, or you'd like to hear my 2 cents on my experience over 16, 17 years of being in a medical complex kiddo, happy to share with you. Leave us something in the comments, press subscribe, share with friends. We don't have to do this alone. Thank you.